Yo. Yo! I loved it. I loved it. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you guys realize, but that was the first time we had that little intro played. I've seen it probably like 40
Yeah,
times
so have I
already.
since you sent it to me. Yeah.
But this is the first time that we got to put it out there for everybody really to see. And I absolutely love Bobby. You like it? Thumbs up from
Thumbs
the
up.
man behind the board.
You created it, man.
Bobby,
So.
I just have ideas that I
Yeah,
share
well,
with
listen.
people. I just have ideas. Speaking of sharing, you gotta make sure you get out and share this show. So I got a lot. So you want to do that first? Because when I start talking, I'm just gonna talk.
Yeah, you're probably right. All
I'm
right.
just gonna talk. You want to go there first?
Real quick, we want to give a shout out to Leonardo's Pizzeria. Dominic next door. He's the official caterer of the Truth. Hooks us up
Yeah.
all the time. All our guests that come in here, they get a nice little meal. So he just wanted me to let you guys know that he's doing a game night special for the Super Bowl. He's got a couple of different options. He's got a
Yeah,
Valentine's
that's
Day
going
special.
well. That's going
He's
really
got
well.
heart-shaped pizzas for $20. Just give him a call. He's right next door, and unfortunately I don't have the menu with me to give you the number.
Yep. This is what happens when I let him take care of stuff.
I left the menu in the other
You
room.
see how this goes? So
Leonardo's Pizza,
Because
20 Broadway Avenue,
You can lead a
Massapequa.
horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's the saying, right? I'm glad I let that
You
little
lead
bomb
me to
get
the
out
studio.
of the
Can't
way.
make you shut up though.
No,
either,
that's
so.
the point of me being here. So I just shared that out. So my buddy at work, Sean. That's right. I called you my buddy right now, mofo. We had a good laugh. You brought up something earlier about Pop Rocks and soda.
Yep.
And it's the funniest thing because we got this guy, Mike, at work. Kraus, what's up, buddy? I see you. I got a story for you, too.
What's up, Dan?
We got this guy, Mike, at work, and we have Pop Rocks, and we have soda. So he was like, hey, why don't you eat these Pop Rocks and soda? And I'm like, oh, no, that's how Mikey died. That's how Mikey died. I talked to this guy, but we didn't mention it. I haven't heard that phrase in so many years.
That was the big urban legend when we were growing up. Man.
Right, when we were growing up, if somebody to mention that today, and then you come and mention the same thing
People
today.
still talk about it, man. It's crazy.
I didn't know.
That stuff.
I
Yeah.
didn't know, but yeah, did Mikey really die from that?
No, he's fine. He lives.
And Mikey's not fine. He's
and
dead.
well. I don't think he's dead. I think he's still alive.
Oh,
you better
man.
Google it. I
If
think
this
he's
guy
alive.
was in a mob movie, he'd know every detail about Mikey's life. All right, I'm going to give you some detail on my life while this guy sips his coffee and finally shuts the hell up. There's been a lot going on right now. There's been a lot going on for Frank, for myself, for Strong Island Television. What's the show? For The Truth. There's been a lot going on. So we have a new look. That's the first thing. We have a new look, as you guys see, and I'm pretty proud of that. That's something that we put together. We just threw it together overnight, came up with the idea yesterday, and just, no, that's not really true. I've been waiting 2 weeks to get this together. But one of the things that's pretty damn amazing is Ron Joe's Magic Shop, along with the Clubhouse, got together, and they put a magic kit with my name
Pretty
on it.
awesome, bro.
There it is right there. That's the first shipment that's ready to go out. That's unbelievable. I talk about humble. It's beyond humbling to see this, see the hard work that's gone into it. Think about where I was magically delicious. To think of where I was magically a few years ago versus now. It's a big step, and I'm absolutely amazed. So the Clubhouse was jamming this weekend. I don't know what was in the air, but everybody was out Friday.
I think people are just being trapped in with that snowstorm. Everybody just needs
Just
to get
happy to
out of
get
the house.
out.
Yeah, of
well,
course.
they were out in full force. Saturday, mobbed. Sunday, we did much better than we normally do on a Sunday, and we still got out a little early. But one of the highlights for me is the redemption counter behind the the counter. The redemption counter behind the counter. So the redemption center there, I'm behind the counter. A young man comes up and he was like, he wanted information on the magic set. That was the only one available. So I said no, not doing it. Another kid came up. He wanted information on the magic set. But then his mom said that he's really into magic. He has every magic set that you can possibly get. So I'm like, all right, well, this kid knows a little something. Show me a trick. Smart ass kid. Smart ass. He's going to be good.
One
This
smart
kid-
ass to another, so it's perfect.
Did I mention that I really don't like him sometimes? So, anyway, I say, well, show me a trick. He's like, I don't have cards. I got about 40 decks of cards behind me. So I grabbed one. I said, here. There goes your phone, Dum Dum.
That's all right.
I said, here, open it. Show me a trick. I went and did what I did while he had to open it, because now childproof is like really adult-proof, too. You can't open
Absolutely,
shit
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
they wrap that thing, it's like, let's watch this guy open it. Yeah. It's not fun.
Try to open up batteries. It's like you gotta get scissors and
it's
knives.
like when you have to pee. You get to the bathroom, you got to pee really bad. You got to go worse the closer you get. Then you can't open the zipper. It's come on, man. Sometimes I just like letting it go down the leg. I'm home. I don't care. I'm home. Well,
Nasty.
anyway, I do care. A little bit. This kid gets his trick. He shows me his trick. I'm like, okay. And I take the same deck of cards and I show him a trick, but it's not a trick. I was just fooling him.
Right.
I just went through the motions. He has a smart mouth. I have to do my thing, right? So I set him up. So then I go and I do the trick, and he flips over the first ace. He flips over the second ace. Then he's like, nah. Then he flips over another ace. Starts looking. Flipped over the fourth ace. Got him. So then he looks, I had my hat on, and he noticed, he's like, oh, that's the same hat that, it's on the box. Is that all? Is that all? That's the same? So then he realizes it's me. And like his eyes just lit up, and it just made me feel so good. So Robert, I'm not even going to say his last name. It's my phone went down, so I couldn't get everything, but it's really a crazy last name. Wykovich, whatever. Robert, you know what I'm talking about. And that's
There he
little
is.
Grayson right there. So Grayson, the tricks that I did with him, and when I did that little heart thing on his hand, and he opened his hand, and that heart was in his
Look
hand.
at the smile on his face, though, man. That's
Yo,
worth it right
dude.
there, bro.
The
know what
whole
I'm saying?
ride home. He's like, I want to take a photo in the booth. And first his mom said no. She was mean. And she really wasn't. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And we went and we took a picture. And in fact, she's the photographer on record for these pictures. Corky, what's up? There's my buddy Mickey. Hey, Mickey. So, yeah, Grayson was the one who got this. I'm going to go to Grayson's house. And I'm going to, teach Grayson some magic. I opened the box. I took one of the tricks out. I showed him how to do it. And right away, I said, wait, practice before. It's a big thing I have, too. Like, I don't practice before I show somebody. So right away, he's trying to show his dad and all that. And I'm like, all right. So he was pretty funny doing it. But Grayson, if you're up, you're watching, you have my first magic kit. And I think I'll see you guys Sunday again, so they can.
Should have signed it for him, man.
I don't know.
Might be
if
worth
you-
like $2 or $3 one day.
Oh, that's good. So the guy thinks he's funny. So Grayson, I hope you like that signed box that you have, because what do you think? I'm an idiot? Of course I signed it for him. All right, whatever. So come out to the clubhouse this weekend. Super Bowl Sunday. We have a lot going on. Some dude's doing magic. This kid Grayson's going to bring there, probably bring all his friends. He's probably going to upstage me, try to show me some tricks. But I'm going to be ready for you, Grayson, buddy. I got something on my sleeve for you. Even when I don't wear sleeves, I got something on my sleeves.
Hey, so listen, tell everybody where they can get your magic box from, bro.
The clubhouse, East Hampton. Come there. Join me. Have some fun. Bowl. Eat. Sleep, drink. Come to the clubhouse. You can get that. And then they're going to be available on my website, which is going to be ready in 2 days. 2 days. I put the fear of God into them if my website is not ready for my event on Wednesday. I have 100 flyers going out. This is the event I'm doing Wednesday is for the Suffolk County Libraries. So once I do this and I woo them and I like, wow, yeah, I got you. I'll be able to perform and be able to be booked on the spot for any library in Suffolk County, which is huge because I always wanted to get in the library. I don't know what they look like inside, so this will be a good way to get inside. Don't you need a card or something to go in there?
I haven't been to a library in about 25 years, man. I don't know.
But I hear they're a good place to be. I don't know what they're like since computers came out because why do you need the library if you have all the information on your phone?
I used to just go to CI Library to meet girls back in high school. I didn't read a book there, ever.
Oh, I know you didn't.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
what?
I know you didn't. I know you didn't read a book. That's evident. So last week we talked about, I wasn't too thrilled about it, but we talked about an event that you have to come to with me.
I was invited by Adrienne Waller,
Whatever.
first of all.
That tomato.
She's watching now, so.
Well, then she can shed light on
Adrienne,
it.
talk to him.
She can
Next
shed
time
light.
you see him, Adrienne's coming in on April 4th. She's going to set you
She
straight.
can shed light on this. So we have this event. It's a red carpet event which Frank and I are hosting. You know, because we're the truth and Andrew Washington, and that is Frank Carrera, unfortunately. So it's Black History Month. Again, Davey, gotta come along. So we're gonna be there,
We will.
hosting the red carpet. If you have entries, you can still send them in.
March 12th, I believe, is the deadline.
March 12th is the deadline, and April 9th and 10th is the red carpet event, which I said 7 times already. We'll be there. But, I'm just stalling. That's all I'm doing. I'm stalling right now. Because it's like, I want them like, what is he talking about? You want to tell, because you say I talk too much, so why don't you
No,
let me?
not at all. Well,
why don't
you
let
want
me?
me to tell what's the good news we have for our show?
Well, yeah, you already took the thunder of being on a Black History Month red carpet.
Listen,
Why
I
don't
was
you
invited.
steal
I didn't
why don't you
just
take
barge
this-
my way
Why
in.
don't you take this thunder too?
Well, we are very honored to be nominated for Best Talk Show at the awards.
Word up.
Our first run. So we're excited about that. We're honored. Even if we
Beyond.
don't win, I mean, just to be nominated is really great. But we want to win, of course.
I was just about to say, what do you mean if we don't win?
We don't do anything
My
half-assed, you and I.
my
So.
motto doesn't change. It's not my motto, but it's like a little phrase. Second place is the first loser.
Yeah, well.
I still, anything that I'm in, I want to win.
Of course.
But yes, it's if I don't, it's okay because this is a humbling honor. We just started doing this.
But I go back to when we first, started hanging out again, and we sat in my backyard and we were talking. And what did we say? Failure's not an option, man. We're here to just wreck shit.
Failure is not an option. It's never been an option for me. And that's one of the things that I have to learn to deal with, especially dealing with my kids. By the way, I had the worst day possible today. But on the way home, I stopped off and I hugged my daughter. And that, you don't even know, but I
Listen,
almost
we
almost
both
didn't
love
come.
our kids, man. And
I almost didn't come tonight. Like I told you, I had a shitty day.
Mhm.
I never got into it. I almost didn't come tonight. That bad. Hug my daughter. Here I am.
yeah, they make a big deal.
So I let her know that she is my inspiration. It's a lot of reason why I do some of the things I do. And sometimes, you can't always ask your children to be like you, but damn, if you could be close to what your dad is, then, that's all you shoot for. And that's what I did. I wanted to be like my dad, and then I got to the point where I wanted to do better than he did. And
Listen, you always want better for your kids,
Well,
and I
and
think
that's
that
the thing.
sometimes that's why you're as hard on them, because I don't
So-
want my kids to have to work as hard as me.
No,
No,
not at all.
did blue collar my whole life, man, and I want my kids to use their brains, not the, and there's nothing wrong with being blue collar. Don't get me wrong,
listen, let me tell you something.
I got torn body parts, and
I used to use Crisco as lotion when I was a kid. Laugh, motherfucker. I know you want
I
to
ain't
laugh.
laughing.
I know you want to laugh. Let it
because I
out.
grew up like you. I used to
Let it
wear my
out.
brother's sneakers and pants, bro. There's 8 of us.
Crisco, okay? The same Crisco cooking oil? Yeah. My granny thought it was a good idea to use that as lotion. But enough of that. We'll get into I can go in stories a little that.
You didn't sit out in the sun too long, did you?
Shut up. See? I knew it. I knew it wasn't.
You didn't think it was just gonna. You set that up for me. You didn't think I was gonna let that just go, right?
I know. My bad. So,
done the same thing to me.
We've been doing a lot with relationships and people in our past, people that we grew up with. One of the guys I went to high school with, Dave Hudzik, invited me to participate, and he has a basketball camp clinic. They're having a tournament. So he asked me to come down February 26th, which I'm going to do. I think it's in East Meadow. And this is a picture of Dave. He has kids coming from New Jersey, from Connecticut, from deep in the city for an hour lesson.
That says a lot about the type of man he is.
Hour lesson, So I watch a lot of the videos that he puts up. Watch a lot of the things he says on Facebook. I see a lot of the comments about the parents and coaching. Some of these parents think their kids Jordan, and meanwhile, they should be not on the bench at all.
Now, I don't know him, but I get the impression that he doesn't just coach basketball; he coaches life as well. There's life lessons. That's the best coach in the world, man.
He's got a lot of students that he prepares for. Like these AAU kids are coming to him, and he prepares them for life and the next step. Because a lot of times in these major sports, these kids see dollar signs. But he told me today that a lot of his students are the most humble kids that you see. Like you wouldn't even know that they're as good as they are just by talking to them. And let's hope they stay that way, because once you get the corporate grips into you, they start flashing the money thing around, and you say, "Oh, you're better than him. You're better than him." Then there becomes a little problem. And
well, it's good that they don't gas themselves up,
Yeah. So that's Dave Hudzik. Make sure you check out his page there on Facebook. It's there, but it's there. But so that was that. All right. So Dave, I appreciate you. I hope everything goes well. I know you say you're super booked, but hey, that's a good thing. To be super booked is a good thing, especially in this day and age. So I have another relationship to bring up before we go to commercial break here. I grew up in Central Islip like you, and there's like I tell this guy every time I talk to him, between you, myself, and the Kraus family, we know all of Central Islip.
Yeah. Even if they don't know us, we know them. Or they heard of us. We heard them. And I'm the
vice
youngest
versa.
to eat, so
Vice versa. So Danny Kraus, it's funny because he was getting on my buddy Dave, because they have this thing going about how the last 2 years it's unfair that the Super Bowl has been held in a home field.
Yeah.
So to ensure that there's no longer a home field advantage during the Super Bowl, all Super Bowls are going to be held in Arlington, Texas, home of the Cowboys.
Well, they're going to get a Super Bowl somehow, I guess.
So
Shots fired.
Danny's chomping at Dave because he's a Bills fan, and he's like, "Hey, so yeah, what have you done? How many rings you have?" He said. So I chimed in, as a Giant fan who should not be speaking about football.
Not right now, though.
But we have some recent rings,
sure,
according to his method. So I got him on his own thing. He's like, "Yeah, there's too much whiskey." Yeah, there's a lot too much whiskey, man. So that was that. So Danny posted this thing on his son. Now his son grew up reading a lot of books, and sometimes during his punishment, he would go. They get sent to the room. Remember when we got sent to the room and Mom and Dad come to the door and open it up and say, "You can come out." Pew! Gone.
Yeah. Vapor trail.
Yeah. Danny said not his kids.
Most of the time my ass was limping out because I caught it eating before I went in there. So.
Danny said not his kids. His kids are in the room, still reading. So his son adopted the name Books Washington after George Washington, the father of our country there. So they say. All right, so we took way too much time, so I got to get moving. So I want you, hey, Books, if you watching, Little Flower's crazy, ain't it? He works at Little Flower Nursing. I dealt with some of those folks. Man, you can get beat up there in a second.
Where's that? That's the one in Brentwood on Suffolk Ave?
No, this is Wading River. This
Oh,
it's
okay,
like a
yeah.
big
Oh, I know
compound.
what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
a big
yeah,
compound.
yeah.
You got to go through the gate and all this and all that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Brooks, Washington, I got something for you, buddy. Danny Krause, thank you, Dad, for this one. We're going to play a video from my buddy Danny's son, Brooks, Washington.
Hey, fucker for you, blessing for me, making sure I be the best I can be, making this money, no sessions for free, gotta make sure you can catch up to me, definitely, making it look like it's effortlessly, you could slip up and be resting in peace, I could give up but that's never been me, never been anything less than a beast, in Okinawa speaking Japanese, don't do liars, ain't no capping please, might as well be with the bottom feeders, fuck a fake friend and a non-believer, it's a common theme to see these kind of things, gotta drop them like they sonic rings, kicking game like it was soccer season. If he talking hot, well then I gotta freeze him. I am not a diva, bitch, I'm ready for war. Eye for an eye, we can settle the score. Taking a dub, I can't let it be yours. Love ain't for free, but it's never in store. You see it crack when I step on the floor. You came for blood, you gon' get it for sure. I got that shit you don't get to ignore. Fuck your Givenchy and Christian Dior. Fuck your Gucci, Louis, and your Versace. Bluff just chopped it up like we in hibachi. I been kicking shit, could teach you karate. Flying out your lips could lead to a body. Tryna put my father in a Bugatti. Tryna put my brother in a new Rari. Dancing this bitch like I'm Scotty too hottie. This not a wave, boy, this shit is tsunami. You know my temperature different. I'm at it testing my limits. You know when it come to the space that's between you and me, then we probably can't measure the distance. Best in the business. I don't sell none of that cheap shit you buying. You gon' need to get a prescription. Cooking up like I'm the chef in the kitchen. For you try me, make a better decision. Catch up and listen. I'm ready to dish it or take it. I get that it is what you make it. I'm sick of complaining. Homie, that shit is contagious. That cycle I'm facing to break it. I live on them stages. Ready to shit on these haters. It's wearing so thin on my patience. I've really been anxious. Feeling the twitch of my fingers. I've really been itching to bang it. Basking it, I'm passionate. You can check my calluses. I mastered this. Feeling like a masochist. I like the pain of all the weight that's on my back. I balance it. No masking it. What's happening? You clashing with a naturalist. With massive fists. No pacifist. I'm bagging shit from rags to rich. Get fucked with me like I'm abstinent. So toe tagging, bitch.
Hey, and we're back. That was Brooks, Washington.
That was awesome, man.
You can't
I
tell.
loved it.
Yo, and like it's got an old school vibe to it. I love that. I absolutely loved it. Yo, people are loving this. People are absolutely loving it. Shooting fire on the screens. Brooks, Washington, man. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, man. I know you rushed home to get to this. You were super excited. I'm super excited that I had the opportunity to play this here. We got to take a commercial break, and then we'll be back with Mac McAfee, and we have a story for you with this one. We'll be right back after this.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. And part of what we're doing today is we are celebrating Black History Month. I celebrate it every day. Frank, you know, he picks the shortest month of the year to use his time just give back to the black community, which he grew up in all his life. So yeah, we have this gentleman on, Mac McAfee. He's a catalyst for positive change. He's out there helping people. He represents some notable people. He represents some people who aren't notable. But he's always out there representing positive and looking for positive change. So I'd like to introduce Mac McAfee.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on tonight.
How you doing,
Hey,
man? Thank you for coming.
I'm sorry. It was the applause. The people. Thank you, folks. Thank you. The applause from people in the background was just overwhelming. It just caught me off guard. Almost brings tears to my eyes. Mac, we're a bunch of clowns. We like to have a good time, but we also like to give a message out at the same time. And we like to give people a platform to help deliver that message. And from some of the things I'm reading, that you advise a number of notable people
This is true.
in what you do. You also represented a civil rights icon.
Yes, 88-year-old Dr. James Meredith. He's the only human that I have found anywhere on planet Earth that a sitting president or prime minister has sent a standing army to defend the constitutional rights of one human. This was John F. Kennedy, who sent 30,000 troops to Oxford, Mississippi, to give him the right to register to enter the Ole Miss. And he was Martin Luther King's mentor. He's a Harvard Education Impact Medalist, 88 years old, still working every day, working on behalf of humanity. So yes, that is the kind of work that I do.
Are you able to say some of the other notable people that you've worked with in the past?
Yes, currently, I'll talk about who I'm representing now. Currently, I have one of Steve McNair's son. He was a legendary Tennessee Titans football player. And as you know, there's a lot of noise about the race norming in NFL, wherein during the concussion settlements in 2015, the NFL had a formula that they say that psychologists and psychiatrists use to dole out the percentages that African-American players and white players got. And the race norming issue is that the NFL said that the cognitive ability, the floor, the foundation that African-Americans start on was lower than Caucasians, so they therefore would get less money. But anatomically and physiologically, humans are 99.9% the same. And force moving and stopping at one time and your brain hitting your skull has the exact same cognitive effects regardless as to color or race. So I represent him. I represent Queen Mother, Dr. Dolores Blakely, who is the community mayor of Harlem. She's 80 years old. She is the United Nations U.S. Ambassador of Goodwill to the continent of Africa. So Dr. Benjamin Wright, he's a legendary string arranger. Quincy Jones hired him to create works like Rock With You, Boogie Wonderland. He was Aretha Franklin's music director. He contributed to over 100 million albums sold. Some of the greatest songs you know, but you don't know him. And lastly, I'll say I broke David Banner in 2002. He's a rapper. And we signed a girl named Keone Starr to Bruno Mars in 2015. And in the song Uptown Funk, where they say we go from Harlem, Hollywood to Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I'm from Mississippi. They say that because we signed that girl to them. So I just believe that whatever gift you're given, whatever gift you're born with, you should use them all. So I've designed TV stations. I have 2 Emmys in television. I've gone platinum and gold in music. I represent people and accelerate what they do. I'm just an all-around contributor to society, and I feel like I just got started yesterday.
I can understand what you're saying, where you say you feel like you just got started yesterday.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like we're just getting started. Well, technically we are just getting started. Yeah. Technically we are just getting started. But it's like a rejuvenation every day to know that you're going out there. Like I don't know if you were able to hear the story about the kid who got my first Magic set yesterday. It was overwhelming just to see the joy on his face, and it's like things like that you live for, you look for, and it's what this guy, I can't get him out in public right now, so he doesn't understand what I'm talking about. You can't get him out. He goes from the house to the studio to the supermarket. That's it. Him and his dog get their medicine from the same CVS. What kind of doctor is that?
Exactly.
What kind of doctor is that? So you touched on it. You got a little bit to where I was going to go. because one of the main things that caught my attention with you, and just to hold up, I don't want you to think that we're being crazy over here. Kevin is trying to get in. He said he wants a password, but we don't have a password. Right. So I can't. He called me. I can't get him. So for folks, K Solo's trying to get in. Solo, I'm not locking you out, man. I'm not locking you out. I just sent him the link again because he was trying to call, but so he's in. Oh my gosh! Thank the Lord. Just give me a few minutes, Bobby. So the story that caught my attention was the one that you mentioned, the Queen Mother, being the mayor of Harlem. Can you tell us more in depth about this?
Well, it's a really amazing story. First of all, who she is. If you're familiar with the Sister Act story, Whoopi Goldberg played the main character. That is her life story. She was an actual Catholic nun. She wrote the story, gave it to a literary agent who passed away and left in her will what was supposed to happen to the story. Well, somehow, this huge corporation that Mickey Mouse is close to ended up with the story and did the story. That's her life story. So now she is the unwitting victim of a $5 million mortgage fraud, and it turns out that there is an epidemic of real estate developers through something called a third-party transfer program. It's a affordable housing program for the city of New York, and it allows developers to basically steal the equity from minorities. And they've stolen billions of dollars of property, and this is the last bastion of wealth that these individuals have. So she has stayed in her property for the last 30 years. It's a multifamily property, 8 units, and she's used that property to house battered women, runaways. She's paid for people to go back to Africa, young students. She's trained UN young people, and now they're trying to evict her from her home. But as Queen Mother Blakely is, she is a strong fighter. So not only is she fighting for her home, she is standing in the gap as the poster child for all of the homeless people, for all of the people facing eviction moratoriums. And she's just an 80-year-old firestorm. And I'm just honored to be able to stand beside her and say, you know what? This has to stop at some point, and we're about the business of stopping it. And that's why I am here, and that's what we're doing.
So the city of New York can't give her any help? The city of...
Well, you know, this is, all right, so we're chickens, and we're in the chicken coop. And then we go to the court of foxes to complain that foxes are eating the chicken. The program that is allowing this to happen is the New York City third-party transfer program. So it's actually a city program that is setting the stage for this, but that's not unusual. If you go all the way back to slavery, then you know that slavery was legal at one time. You know, it is the city and the states that have been complicit in greasing the tracks for these things to happen. And this is something that we're not emotionally attached to. I'm not mad about it. I'm a strategic planner. So in order to do that, I have to not be upset about it. You know, if evil does what evil is supposed to do, then good is supposed to defend their position. So I'm just here to say, you know what? I think you got it wrong. I think you've been sloppy. I think you've allowed this to go on too long. It is time for it to stop, and it's about to stop now. So that's what we're doing. So the city could help her if they weren't benefiting from it. And this is not casting disparities against that city. This is just how capitalism works. And our job is to reverse that so that it is better for humanity. And that's what we're about to be doing.
So what can we do? How come we haven't heard about this story? How come you hear about squirrels running down the trees in Westchester or somewhere, but you don't hear about things like this?
Well, you know, they're called attractive nuisances. Football games and American Idol and all of these things. Back in the day, they called them bread and circuses. So there's nothing new under the sun. So during the Greek and Roman civilization, they had these colosseums and gladiators, and they fought, and the poor people cheered. And as they were in there cheering, the rich people were stealing all of their money. So what you have going on right now is pandemics and all these other things that take your attention away from the fact that these things actually go on a regular basis. You don't hear about it because the journalists are complicit in it. You have 4 families that pretty much own all of the media, so you won't see it there. And there's a lot of money to be made behind the scene. And I applaud them. I think that is a wonderful and amazing trick. I say it's good candy if you can take it from a baby. My position is that you don't take it from us. We shed light on it. And one thing that, just like roaches, when you turn on the light, the roaches run. So these type of shows and your show You say that you all clown and have a good time, but it is apropos for the United States because it's infotainment that you utilize to get this very serious message out to people while they're chuckling, and they can chuckle their way all the way down to the place where you can do something about it. I believe that this has profound implications on humanity. It's not just about Queen Mother Blakely. This should be something that's of concern to any U.S. citizens who has paid for their mortgage, who has accrued equity, and for people to come in and take it. Now, they can buy the property from her like you do in real estate,
Right.
but no, they don't want to buy it.
take
They
it.
want to steal it. And they want to use the court system and the city and stuff that all of our taxpayer money pays for to do it, and we say no. That's why you don't hear about it.
Well, Mac, we're going on, and like I definitely, this is something that we could continue to talk about more and more.
Absolutely.
But you know, we got somebody waiting. You know, he's itching. He's
Oh,
calling
man.
all our phones. He probably
The
called your phone
legendary.
too. He probably called you because he damn sure called my phone and Frank's phone. So tell us before we move on, what can we do to help you guys out? Is there some place that people can go and get more information on this? What can we do?
Well, I would like for you to start looking at, it's called the New York City Third Party Transfer Housing Program. Google that. We like to Google things. And also Google an article called Galls in His Court, Galls in His Court. And I think it's the New York Post. And you will see that in Queen Mother's case, a man who was posing as an attorney ran out of the courtroom to keep from being arrested, and he was the one who signed off on a $650,000 mortgage on her property. Now, this was 2009 or 11. He ran out of Judge Tingling's courtroom, and this matter is still going on. It should have been stopped right then.
Right.
He went to prison. He was a criminal.
Right.
So these are the types of things that people need to be aware of, not just for Queen Mother. She's going to be all right. I'm here. I guarantee you we're not letting this foolishness slide. However, you need to be watching your own back, because if they do it to her, they can do it to you. That's why we should all be concerned. And generally speaking, just keep your eyes and ears open, because we're going to be making a little bit of noise about this, and you want to have heard it here first. And then when you see it, you can say, man, those two cool guys told me about this thing.
Well, Mac,
You know?
I appreciate that. Listen, we'll continue to do what we can to help you. You know, even if you just send me literature and we post
I
it
will.
on our message board. I would say website. I can. It's almost done.
Website's coming.
But we got to run, Mac. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you. You and I, we're going to keep talking again.
Absolutely.
Because
Tell K Solo I said hello, man. That's my
I
buddy.
will. I'm trying to get to him before he hang up on me.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right, Mac,
All right,
thank you
thank
very
you.
much. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come back with the one and only K Solo.
When you want to truly feel the moment, reach for the light, delicious, energizing taste of Dino Lucci Refreshers. Made in Italy.
Troianello Cigars, created by cigar enthusiast Michael Troianello of Scranton, PA, prides itself in offering top-notch cigars not only to the Pennsylvania market, but worldwide. Troianello Cigars is a proud maker of premium hand-rolled cigars, with a wide range of premium cigars, flavored cigars, and accessories. You're sure to find what you're looking for.
Well, this is the thing with live TV. We're having a little technical difficulties trying to get Kevin in. We see his name on the screen. We know he's participating. He just read my message on Messenger. I know he's there. Kevin, you're killing me, dude. I've been waiting my whole life for this, man. Wait, there he is. Well, that's all you got to do is cry a little bit. You just got to cry a little bit. So, everybody, here he is, the man, Kevin Madison, K-Solo. What's happening, Kevin? Uh-oh. Wait, we're going in baby steps. We got the sound.
We got no volume.
We got the
picture,
picture.
no volume.
No volume.
Say disconnected.
There you go. Is that him?
No, that was Mac.
That was Mac. We see him. We see
see
you,
you,
Kevin. We can't hear you.
You can't hear it. Okay, so you want me to sing while you figure it out? You don't want me to sing. I can sing for you. I got a song in my head.
If he comes in with the video, do introduce him again. I forgot to hit the applause.
Oh, yeah, no, that's good. All right. So we're still working on it. I see the audio thing at the bottom coming through. We're trying to get this. So, Mac, what else do you got going on? What's your connection to Kevin?
Well, K-Solo is unlike many other artists. He is community focused, and he works with me on this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of notable people in Harlem who should be standing up for an 80-year-old, and he's one of the few who jumped at the opportunity to say, you know what, man, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? And,
That's right.
Well, we got it.
There we go. There we go. All right, so here we can do this again. We finally have him. Central Islip legend, the one, the only, K-Solo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? No doubt.
Hey,
representing.
Before we go any further, there's no way I can't do this, okay? So how does it go? Hey, what I'm about to say may hit a lot of people in a real strange way. Some say this is a long time ago. But I stayed amateur while others turned pro. P-R-O, now I'm a throw letters in your words. So I make them a spellbound flow, read it slow. C-O-S-O-U-N-D sound, K-S-O-L-O, spellbound. Yo, I've been waiting my whole life to do that. What's up?
What's up, Mr. Washington?
How are you, my man?
Doing, Mr. Washington? I'm okay, man. I'm good, man. God is good, man. I see my boy Mac is in here. We're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing, like always. We're trying to represent God's people to the fullest. You know, I remember Andrew. I remember your family, your grandmother, your mother. Very solid people in Central Islip. At the recreation center, they were in your Uncle George. There's so many Georges in your family, like you told me. Yeah, I had a great childhood in Central Islip. A lot of love. We didn't have a lot of money, but we came from a lot of love. I want to shout out the Harleys, Jean Harley and her family, Butch Harley, Pearl, bless Miss Evelyn Mason, 42 Satinwood Street. And we just had a lot of love, man. The Bunses, the Lees, the Whites, the Harleys, the Grays, the Harveys, like just a lot of love, man. The Washingtons and Central Islip was one of those cities that just, like I said, we didn't have a lot of money, but we had a lot of love, and we all grew up with each other, and we all held each other's hand through everything we went through. So I wanted to definitely start out that way, giving God his praise and keeping us all here, keeping us safe, and still following those traditions of the tree that we come from to love, honor, and respect each other, and the cultures that he gave us is beautiful. I was raised by an Italian family called the Fortunatos. I want to give them a shout out. Guy Gunter, Ralph Mann, all my boxing family. Just had a great childhood, man. And I thank God. I wouldn't change it for nothing, the childhood I had. You know, a little Native American, Indian, half Scottish, Black American, grew up there in Connecticut State Park, and I would fish, and I would get the trout and come over the fence and run from the Rangers.
Do the same shit.
I wouldn't change. Yeah. And I wouldn't change my childhood for nothing, man. And like you said, my boy Mac from Mississippi, we're still advocating to do the right thing. You know, Mr. Lawrence Blakely's going through something in Harlem, and we're going to stand up and we're going to represent, because, you know, what's done to her is done to us. So in solidarity, we're going to stand up, and hopefully I get the opportunity to come back with with a successful run and be able to stand there in Central Islip and give them turkeys out on Thanksgiving and that grab bag. I want to give back to the people that gave so much to me when I had nothing.
Well, that's something that Frank and I are doing now. It's something that I'm really getting into, is giving back to Central Islip. I try to do something. I go to people in Central Islip first. That's my community. I don't live there like you don't live there, but that's still us. You see our logo is purple and gold. You know, my entrance music when I do my magic is I rock it from my hometown. You know, so yo, you have no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You have no idea.
Shout out to EPMD for signing me. Like I said, shout out for EPMD for signing me, Brentwood. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out everybody that has something to do with me. Uncle Frank, Uncle Walter. We represent, and we still out here representing. Like you said, I'm not there, but that's home, and we definitely do that first. We always give back to where we come from.
Hey, Kev, I was this close to having Eric on tonight. I was this close to having Eric on tonight. Yeah, they couldn't do it tonight. Yeah. But I'm going to get you. And then we have Kel Vicious sending me messages to say hello to you.
God bless Cal Vicious and the Brewers family. Yeah, I know his family. Yeah, God bless all of those people out there, man. Yo, we didn't forget any of them in the struggle. We're all in it together. We win, they win. That's what this is. You know, they lose, we lose. You know, we're for each other, man. We're one banner standing up for each other and in this struggle of life, man, you know, and it's not always easy to figure out. I want to shout out to Keith Murray, too. It's not always easy to figure out the way to go. And, you know, we get caught up in all kind of stuff, man. We just hope that, you know, we can figure out what's before us and the opportunities we have and do something with it, because they don't come a lot. It's very hard to get it. So stay focused on your mission and try to do what you got to do, because we're only going to be here for a short while. Then we got to go back to where we came from.
Right.
Kevin, we talk about that a lot, man. Like, we wouldn't give up living in CI for nothing. It made us who we are, you know. It made us humble. It made us appreciate the small things. I grew up the youngest of family 8 off of Lowell Avenue. And, you know, me and him, we talk about it all the time, man. Like, it's always going to be a part of us, no matter where we go.
It's always a part of us. It always will be a part of us. And for me, being, like, heavily into entertainment, doing this magic thing, it might be magic versus your music, but you had an impact. Your music had an impact on me as a child, because you did it. You made it. You came out and you talked about what was real. Tales from the Crack Side. You want me to sing that for you too? I can go down that whole album, because that album was sick. Okay, but you were expressing. I understood it because I was living it. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, your mom's in my business. You know how often I use that on people still in my 40s? Yo, your mom's in my business. She's in my business. Right. Can't you see, girl? Your mom's trying to end this. You know, you know. So what you wrote in the 80s, 90s is still relevant now.
Yeah,
So
no question.
You and Keith Murray.
It's real. It's timeless music, and it's timeless music, and we all can appreciate it, and we all know where it came from. It came from that little town, that little town of love. Like I said, all of those people that, you know, band together and do the struggles of everyone's struggles, and just look, and they gave us strength to do that. I pulled the strength from those people. Right. You know, and that's why the music is so, you know, it was so real, and it was a part of people's backdrop like yourself, because I pulled from those people. Like I said, when I went to the rec and your grandmother was there, you know, and opening the door, and your mom, all of the people that, we couldn't get out there, they would get on us too.
Yo, my granny would smack anybody. My granny would smack the shit out of any kid.
She just had to look. All she had to do was give us that look, man. We was like, we knew.
You knew.
You know, and she represented all of us, man. Everybody had a free lunch. Everybody was able to do their thing. That's what this was about. It was about all the cultures, and everyone had a struggle. Don't think that because the little Spanish man on the corner, the Chinese man up the street, they all had to pay their taxes and go to work and keep their mortgage too. So we all pulled together as a unit, as we represented Purple and Gold Central Islip. And through the hard times, through the great times, we all had each other's back. We all grew up. We all knew what it was. There wasn't always, you know, as great as we would like it to be, but we made it what it was, man, and it was special.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember your brother walking around town. Now you have a son that's your
Shout out
son.
to Darryl Madison too. Yep, Darryl Madison was the heavyweight champion. Brought a lot of them amateur titles back to Central Iceland. 13 titles, man. Went all the way to L.A. Beat the heavyweight champion in L.A. Brought it back to Central Iceland. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darryl Madison. Courageous dude, man. He did it, man. Right from 42 Satmar Street. True story, man. I was there, man.
Yeah. Well, this is you guys are the ones who gave me hope and inspiration. Because you guys, it wasn't like we came from a town like Dix Hills and made it where we had every advantage, everything, you know, vocal lessons if you were a singer, private lessons if you were a soccer player. We had to work in a backyard on the street. You know, I know stories about you, Big Daddy Kane and Biz, in people's basements in Carlton Park. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bismarck. I'm telling you, Bismarck was there too. Cuz Crew, Flavor, all of them guys was there, man. I look at Phase 2 and, you know, Earl and them from Phase 2, man. I mean, yo, Limited Power, man. Michelle Milton, man. There's so many people that laid it down. KB, the first rapper I saw rapping, you know, before me and Bismarck got into it, Amazing 8, we were like, yo, Kevin Branch, like yo, man, like I give homage to all of them dudes, man. I see Kevin Branch, I get quiet to this day.
Kevin,
it still gives me the chills.
We're getting close to time because I have another gentleman's record I have to play soon before we go. But there's one thing I gotta ask you. I know Frank was talking about it, and this is from a fan's point of view. The great DMX has passed away, but you guys have settled this for me. Spellbound, settle it for me.
Yeah, you know, I love DMX. You know, me and DMX had a little history. You got to remember, we were coming from that Riverhead spot, and we were trying to be prestigious rappers, and we both told the world our name, and you know, we were fighting for that supremacy. But I had nothing personal against Earl. It was all music related, and man, he pushed me. He was one of the artists that pushed me the most, and I did him too. Like when he took over Def Jam, like, you know, we just had that rivalry, man. We wanted to be the best at what we were doing. So yeah, good battles came from me and him, and he pushed that pen too. Oh, yeah. He made my pen really. He was the only one that really challenged me. I beat everybody else. I beat him too, but at the end, he kind of got even with me when he got, you know, his thing too. So I applaud his tenacity. I applaud his ability to fight me that way. But it wasn't a violent fight. Like we would see each other in the street and we would respect each other. But on wax, yeah, we were enemies on wax. I was a wolf, he was a dog. And, you know, that made for our careers what it was, you know, to push each other to the best of each other's ability, to push each other's pen. That's what it was about, you know.
Well, I thank you guys for pushing each other.
Hey, real quick, Kev, when you mentioned when you were in Riverhead, man, I think that's, if I read correctly, that's where you wrote one of my favorite songs, Fugitive. Is that where you kind of came up with it?
Oh my God!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, being there, I wrote all of those songs because I couldn't box no more. So I figured I'd put the use to that, and I found out that, you know, K Solo was in there somewhere, and then I brought him to life. And yeah, everything happened out of Riverhead and Yaphank. I want to shout out to Mr. Rivers, Mr. Farrow, Mr. Curley, all of those COs that sit there and watched me penned it, and I did it. I believed in myself, and I came out, and there I was, would tell the world my name, and then DMX followed.
So before we let you go, as you can see, we're definitely fans of yours and you. I told you my entrance song is "I Rock It for My Hometown." I have a purple and gold jacket that I have on stage when I come out. Right. So my first summer tour last year was called "Tell the World My Name."
Wow! Whoa!
So I'm not just saying this. I can show you all the artwork.
Yo, come on, Andrew. I believe you, man. You was always there, man. So for you to carry the torch is real huge, bro.
No, for you to lay that down, for me to have that impact was huge.
Man, I am honored, man. Central Iceland native, I am honored.
So, the funny part is when he told me what it was, I knew exactly what he was talking about, Kevin.
You know?
No doubt, man. Yo, he's the truth, man. Yeah. Honestly, I'm so happy what you guys are doing. Keep the platform up, man. Anytime you need us, man, check in, man. We here doing, as you see, we're representing Miss Dolores Blakely out of Harlem. We're going to make sure they don't do that to that lady because she's a queen. She's a nun. We standing with her in solidarity. I want to shout out for me and Mac. Thank you for having us, man. I appreciate it. And like I said, man, listen to her albums are coming out real soon. We're dropping again. The whole family's coming. Royal Family will be in the stores soon.
We appreciate you, man. If you're ever in town, please come on, man.
When you're ready to send it over, we'll do. You want to come on again when you drop it? We'll
Both
do
of you,
that.
we'd love to have you on.
But you better not walk in Central Iceland.
Royal Crown will be Royal Crown's gonna be in there too. Like I said, we here. Thank you for having me, and God bless.
I appreciate you guys, Mac. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was Kevin Madison, the one and only K Solo, and Mac McAfee. We are going to play music. We told you last week that we have Miko Khalidi. We're going to play one of his songs every week because he deserves this. And so we're going to try to do that for him. Maybe Solo's on. He'll still get a listen. So we're going to play a song with the video for my buddy Miko Khalidi and K Banger.
Yo, so they think we a joke, right? Huh? Right? Huh? Hey, yo, K. You said let's lace another one, right? Miko, no gimmicks, baby.
Don't kill the beat.
You think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? Joke. I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? Joke. I'm a joke. They think I'm a joke, bruh. They don't want no smoke, huh? Industry is killing me, and money by serenity. I'm flying low, linen coat, coming high and so she wrote. Grab my coat, I'm done, I'm leaving. Tell me what's the meaning if the demons are perceiving weakness in the population. Controlling every station, gauging cadence by they ratings. I'm doing me, what about you? What about all the other dudes? Paying dues, ladies too. You get paid to shake these moves. Miko do it different, I just hope you give a listen. I just hope you make the right decision when I'm spitting physics. Cause you don't know me from Adam. I'm combative, never slacking. Like my pants ain't got no fashion, but fuck it, while I'm at it, I ain't capping. Never play with me, cause I honor all my enemies. I'm Mr. Freeze, in the heat, cool, calm, and collect the fees. Take a seat, you might learn by these words heard by the worst celebrity that stirred more pots than Howard Stern. Hey, you think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? Joke. I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke?
I rise up the early mornings and give thanks for all my callings. Fake news I stay ignoring. I write a verse to issue fair warning. Your dogs are made for walking. These dogs are made for mauling. Your production sounds appalling. Look at the problems these songs are causing. Hip hop can inspire. My perception is wider. I'm open to life, but these rappers are liars. You're trying to feel them, but they lack the feeling. The beats are appealing, but the streets will defeat them. The streets can reveal them. The people can see them. We here for a reason. You here for a season. They're like, damn, K Banger, why you say it like that? Miko K up on the track, we just laid it like that. You see, every time I fall, I just get up like that. See, we're legends in this game, it's just set up like that. This is military science, yeah, we fighting like that. Law of retaliation, we gon' get them right back. Star Wars artists want it, my empire strikes back. Whack MCs, leave me alone unless you're fire like that. Like,
you think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? Joke. I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke? Joke. I'm a joke.
And we're back. I was just doing a little K Solo rapping because the stuff is still in the head like it was just yesterday I learned it. That was Miko Khalidi and K Banger. Yo, way to go, my brother. Miko, I got people listening to your stuff. I can't wait to see what you got next week. Yo, that's our show, man.
Went too fast.
That's our show. We need more time.
Talk to K for another hour, man.
I think we can we lobby to get like an hour and 20 minutes? That goddamn opening is getting longer and longer each week as I start to get more comfortable, and I'll just keep talking all night till you shut the lights out. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We're coming hard each week. We have new things coming on. I would tell you to check out our business card, but hey, you can look at it right here. This is the front of our new business cards, which would, will get printed before 2022 ends. My website's coming out in 2 days.
And talk about Centralized. Next week we got a Another Central ISO guy coming on, novelist.
Oh, yeah.
Frankie Call.
This guy knows when it comes to the scheduling, you can't talk to me about it. He does our scheduling. All right? He was without his book all week because he left it here because he didn't take his ginkgo. He didn't take his ginkgo last week, so he forgot it. So I don't know who's coming on next week. So you have to refresh my memory. Wait a minute. It's the 14th.
14th.
Rachel Bouchamp, I do know is going to be on.
She's on too.
She's going to be on with some of her female products, not female products, but hair care and skin products. And whatever else he's got going on. I'm just here for the ride, you know. It's Andrew Washington.
And Carrera.
And we're out. Peace.
Have a good night.